What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining me. In this video, I'm going to be covering one of the key aspects that you need to nail in your online business in order to sell more stuff. Now, this is something that a lot of people really don't pay enough attention to, and so I'm going to try and at least change a few people's minds about why they should be paying this aspect of their business a little bit more attention. So before I get into today's video, though, if this is the first time here, I'd like to say a very warm welcome to you. My name is Gardiner. I'm a full-time affiliate marketer. I'm also a coach for a program. I've got well over 680 students absolutely crushing it with their affiliate marketing business. And I specialize in helping people grow and scale their online business through high-ticket affiliate marketing and coaching. So if that's of interest to yourself, I'd love to have you on board. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. And even further, if you'd like to stay up to date with everything I'm doing in my business and peek over my shoulder as I basically step through my $40,000 per month business, feel free to click the link below, join my free community, and stay up to date with all the emails I will be sending you. Right, that out of the way, let's dive straight into it. So I'm talking about, like I say, one of the key components of your online business. Now, this doesn't matter if you're an affiliate marketer, if you're a coach, if you're an info product creator, if you nail this one piece, it actually takes a bulk of the load off the other components of your business. Now, to put this into perspective, this is something that I was actually taught by one of my mentors, Jacob Karras. And basically, if you think about your entire business as having pillars, right? And so effectively, there's actually only three pillars in any online business and arguably any business in general, which is your audience. So put A over here, A for audience, or traffic, another way of putting it, traffic. The process for conversion, right? So the process for taking those people and converting them into customers. Then on the other side, you've got your actual offer itself. So what you're actually offering to the marketplace. Now, for affiliates, if you're relatively new to this, understand that your offer is not necessarily the product you're promoting. Okay, it's the gift wrapping that goes around the outside of that. And so if you understand that, and you understand that, okay, if I'm just out there like every other affiliate, and here's my link, and you should buy it because it's awesome. Well, you're not really differentiating yourself, right? So you need to work out ways to elevate the perception of value of buying through you. Right? Hopefully that makes sense. Now, with these three components, historically, if you look at them, you'd assume there'd be roughly a 1/3 rate weighting on each part. So roughly about 33% each side. And you have to forgive the horrendous writing there, but you kind of get the point. Do as I say, not as I do. Right. So roughly about 33% on each thing. So, quality traffic and a conversion process that allows you to take icy cold prospects and turn them into raging red hot buyers in no time, all that type of stuff. And then obviously the offer which solves the problems of your marketplace. Now, here's the cool thing, is if you dial this part in, the actual offer itself, what it means is that it's going to take the weight off the other components in your business, okay? And so it's actually going to realign that weighting. So what it's more likely to look like is something like this, where we might have, just for argument's sake, let's go with, say, 67%, right? Oops, that's not a 7 at all. Turns out it's a 3. Maybe I need another coffee, right? So it might look more like that. It means that the weighting is heavier on the offer. It means it's doing the bulk of the heavy lifting for you, which plays into your conversion process as well. And so what that then means, and this is one of the things that I often hear around the industry, is people they just want good buyer leads. Now, the problem with that approach is leads can come from anywhere. You don't necessarily need thousands of them in order to be able to help people out. Usually what it is there's a lack of trust in you as a marketer, or a lack of trust that they can actually get those results themselves. So that way it doesn't actually touch on their pain point, or the hook that you've used in order to get them into your process hasn't aligned with what they're actually seeking, right? And so you might be giving them what they need, but they're not necessarily getting what they want out of that. Hopefully that makes sense, right? So what it does mean, though, is that once you learn this process, you understand that there's certain angles that you can align in order to get in front of the right people, your business can blow up with a very, very tiny audience. Like I say, one of the things I specialize in is the extraction of cash flow from very small audiences. And to paint a picture around this, my current Facebook group's got around about 3,700 people in that group at the time of recording. And every new person that comes into that community is worth around about $400 revenue to my business at the time of recording. Now, that may fluctuate depending on lead flow, how, I guess, fastidious I am about following up with people, I guess what my offer is on any given month, anything like that. But the point being is that I certainly do not have a huge audience. I've got, what, 2,000-ish subscribers on this tiny little channel. Thank you, by the way. And I've also got, a very small audience of 3,700-ish on my Facebook group. I've also got an email list that's actually under 1,000 people at the moment, which accounts for roughly about 40% of my income, which is kind of cool, right? Again, tiny audience, good relationship with those people, and learning the ins and outs of how to extract cash flow out of these people is going to do a bulk of the heavy lifting. Right, so the other thing I want to show you guys, if I just get rid of all that there, is the way to start thinking about your offer is this should be the starting point of your entire business. And again, I know affiliates are going, well, hang on a minute, I just want to send traffic to a funnel. Well, you still need to elevate the perception of value of even getting onto that funnel, right? Into the opt-in page. And then you need to siphon all the buyers off and all that type of stuff, right? So if we think about it like this, everyone hopefully at this stage has an understanding of what a funnel is. Now, if you're not, this is your basic funnel. You got the dollars down the bottom there. You got your customers pouring through the top up there, and you've got different stages depending on the state of awareness of your customer base, right? Until eventually they become a buyer, and then hopefully repeat buyers and all that type of stuff off the other side. But if that's the typical model where it looks like that, where you're funneling people down in order to reach a buying decision and then a future continuity or whatever it is off the back end of that, if we flip that on its head, then of course it's going to start with the most important part, which in my opinion is the actual offer itself. And the offer being, how can you elevate the perception of value? How can you add incentives in order to get people to jump on board and see it as well, this is absolutely what I need right now. And that is through basically you knowing who you can serve in your marketplace and what their pain points are, right? So in this case, if we think about this being the tip of the iceberg up here, or the mountain, and that is, and I'm going to try and write it out, offer. Oh my God, horrendous. You get the idea, right? So that there, our offer, if we put a disproportionate amount of energy into crafting an offer, and like I say, what's going to happen off the back of that is everything now comes off the back of that. So our content, falls down this mountain and comes off the back of our well-crafted offer. Our audience, because you're putting out all these different pieces of content, which hopefully one of them is going to hit the right angle with them, and they're going to be intrigued enough to then go, oh, okay, let me just check this out. This might be the right thing for me, right? And so that means that everything starts from there. And then once you've got that process dialed in, then the next part about it is your conversion process in the middle here, roughly, right? I know this is a really bad diagram, but you kind of get the idea. And the last part, again, is your audience, right? So you need a bulk of this. You need to understand how this process works. And then you've got, like I say, the actual offer at the top, right? If you can understand these things together, you're going to do pretty well. You're going to do pretty damn well. Right. So what's included in a really good offer? So there's a few things we want to basically ensure that there's in there. And if I just go extra huge so you guys can see properly. Right. So offer. Let's start with that, right? Offer. Underline it for importance. Oh my God, seriously. Underline it for importance, right? So then what have we got? It's not underline the second one. So then under our offer, what are we going to have? We want to basically show our audience before they even get to the cart page, to the sales page. You want to make sure that they have an idea about what they're going to get inside there, right? So this process is actually called unpacking the offer. And if you're unfamiliar with what this means and how you might go about doing that, check out, if you're an affiliate in particular, go and have a look at the cart page. Go have a look at the sales material. Go have a look at the actual inner workings of the program / product, whatever it is that you're selling. Have a look at what's in there. And I don't mean you're going to get 55 modules and each one's an hour and a half long. No one really cares about that, right? If you think about what people want, they want the ease in which they can obtain results, and they want it now or yesterday, usually, right? So if you understand that process, you understand that, then it allows you to highlight the benefits. So if it is 55 modules and it does have, each one's an hour and a half long, what is the outcome that they're going to get off the back of that, right? And start thinking benefits versus features. So a feature would be 55 modules, an hour and a half long. That's a feature of that. A benefit of that might be, at the end of this process, you're going to become the king of the world or something like that, right? Like whatever the dream outcome is of that, you're wanting to establish that and really highlight that as the benefit from being part of it. And to give you an idea, if you like using real life stuff, you might say something to the effect of, instead of email marketing course or affiliate marketing course, could be the simple 5-step process to turn freezing cold audience members into red hot buyers using a short 20-minute video and a handful of 200-word emails, something like that, right? So that I'm intrigued by that. I would like to learn what that is, right? And so if you can start to highlight those benefits, all of a sudden the elevation of perception has already gone up, right? Massively, right? So that's number one. We also want to eliminate the risk if we can. And for any affiliates, like obviously it's a little bit different for coaching because you can offer guarantees and blah, blah, blah. But you might not be able to do that as an affiliate. However, this is still universal. Eliminate risk. Sorry, I meant to put risk at the end of that. Risk. Eliminate risk. No. Now, what I mean by that is, as an affiliate, you don't control the cart page. So based on that, it does limit what you can do to a certain extent. But you can do things like, I will work with you until XYZ. I will coach you till you hit XYZ. I will give you 8 weeks of one-to-one coaching if you jump into this high-ticket offer with me. So that way you've got dual support. And brings me to my next one is, what support are you going to be offering as part of that, right? And it could be exactly that. What are they going to get in terms of support? Maybe it's coaching, maybe it's group coaching, maybe I use something on my phone called Voxer. Maybe it's something like that. You can have Slack channels, you can have, you name it, there's all sorts of things you can do. Telegram rooms or channels, whatever the hell they're called. You kind of get the idea. How are you going to eliminate that risk and support them in their journey? Because no one really wants to just buy something and go, oh, well, now what? Like, cool, thanks. Because people find it very hard to motivate themselves to actually go through things, right? So if they've got someone to communicate with, it's going to, again, eliminate that factor of risk for them and then elevate the support that they are getting along the way, on top of what they do get as part of being part of the actual program itself. And the last one, I seem to be running out of room here. Let's make this extra large instead. Oh no, I thought I was going to do that for the whole lot. Let's go extra large, there we go. A bit more room. And so the last part is incentives. Incentives. What incentives / bonuses can we add that is going to, again, elevate the perception of value? And once again, you really want to hammer the benefits as opposed to the features, right? So a benefit could be, going back to my example I gave before about email marketing, a benefit of that could be type a 200-word email every day and make a shit ton of cash, right? That's a benefit of it. All I need to do is write an email and I make money. Wow, that's crazy. I want that right, like straight away, right? A feature could be, again, 55 modules, 1 hour and a half each. That's a feature of it. No one really cares about that. You've got to hammer home those benefits. And likewise with the incentives that you're adding along the way as well. You might have like a done-for-you template, a 30-day autoresponder sequence, a done-for-you funnel, like whatever it is that is going to, again, like I say, elevate that perception of value. So if you guys go and work on all this stuff, don't overthink it. Just put something down on paper and treat it as something that is what we refer to as minimum viable offer. A minimum viable offer means it's like the rough draft that you take into marketplaces to see what kind of data you get back off the back of that. And if you get donuts, no one really gives a shit, then like fix it up, right? Can I highlight the benefits better? Can I eliminate the risk even better? Can I add more support? Can I highlight that? What other incentives can I add? Is there something I can make that person's life easier by going through this process, right? So if you nail this, like say this sits at the top of your tree, and everything else comes off the back of that, because then it's just about optimizing where you're getting your traffic from, how they are entering your world, and your conversion process for getting them from cold lead to lukewarm to warm to hot to buy, right? And then repeat business. So hopefully that gives you guys a bit of an idea of where to start. Like I say, this is applicable if you're an affiliate marketer, if you're a coach, if you're an info product creator. And I sure as heck wish that I'd been given this knowledge when I first started out. I probably was, to be perfectly honest. However, I was too ignorant to see it back then. Don't wait the 7 years it took me in order to figure this stuff out. What you guys want to do is dive into this, understand this is universally applicable. There's the fundamentals of what we're doing online anyway. It's going to carry across into anything you do in order to elevate that perception of value. So hope this helps you guys out. Feel free to hit the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts were. If there's anything else you'd like to learn from this channel. And of course, feel free to join my group if you'd like to grow and scale your online business. My name is Jamie Gardiner. Thank you very much for tuning in. See you guys in the next one. Thanks.